Well, here I am again, heading into New York City from the New Jersey side. This is something I love. I love going to New York City, and it's one of my favorite things because it's perfect after a long trip up through the Appalachian Trail, leaving Florida in the mountains, in the middle of nowhere, no self-service, no Wi-Fi, just being one with nature, and then coming here and just basically the exact opposite. Hustle, bustle, city's always going. I just love it. So when I built my van, doing the van life, it was a goal of mine to be able to go to New York City and go to Key West. And so every single year I've been going to New York City, pull in, usually finding a spot is pretty easy. There's some locations you can go to where you're all right. You just have to make sure you move your vehicle for the street cleaning, but otherwise that's it.
New York.
So this is where I parked, and this is the street I always park on. Not going to give my exact location, but it's a great little spot, quiet, right next to a park. So this is my favorite thing about New York, and this is really why I go there. Central Park. Central Park is just incredible. It's a huge park. What I love about it is there's so much nature. There's so many beautiful spots. There's so many statues, and you're in the middle of kind of nowhere because it's like a big park. You're pretty far away from all the other cars, but you look around and you're just reminded of where you're at, what you're around. It's so peaceful. No one cares what you do in the park. Usually go there at night and during the day, and it's free. And so what I do is I take my bike, and I take my bike all over New York City, all over the parks. And basically during the day, I spend most of my day in Central Park riding around, maybe getting some Chinese food, and just checking out the spots, just relaxing, enjoying, watching the people watching. It's just a great little nature spot in the middle of the city. This is a section of the park that I love to visit. You can see the gazebo to the right a little bit. The park is huge, and this is just one small section. I mean, it takes days and days to go throughout the whole thing, and that's what I love about it, is I still haven't been, after years of going through the entire park. The entire park's actually 843 acres, so it's huge. The park was acquired by the city in 1853, and it was pretty much all like farms and marshland, and now it's really popular. Now there's about 42 million people a year going there. The bike is huge. There's tons of places to go in it. Like I said, there's 10,000 benches. There's 26 baseball fields, 12 tennis courts, 6 soccer fields. There's all kinds of wildlife there too. There's over, I think, 300 species of birds.
Housing policy in New York City was not designed for the public.
The rent
It was designed for the investors.
is too damn high.
Okay, the investors. And so what they did is they destroyed 400,000 rental units through city policies designed to destroy housing. That was New York City's housing policy.
Yeah.
And New York City's housing policy destroyed.
This is just one of the beautiful statues in Central Park. This is right on the corner here. And this is Union General William Sherman. This is the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir, which is the big lake. When you look at Central Park, it's right at the center. And it's just a gorgeous view all around the city. Alright, so just going for a little ride around town, and to make things cheap, what you got to do is get food kind of cheap. So you get dollar slices and go to stores like Trader Joe's, get things cheap, and then to shower and stuff, I go to the Planet Fitness, which they have there. So open 24 hours.
here is the Planet Fitness on 55th. It's right near downtown. Across the street here. Crazy. Here we go. Real New York here. He just threw something at his car.
On the west?
So just riding through town and checking things out. This is Grand Central Station, and this is just a really cheap, fun little vacation. I think I averaged spending about maybe $12 a day for food and everything, really. And it's just, you can just ride around on the bike, and there's just so much to see, so much art, so much free stuff. Just everything's going on, and you can't even see it all in one day. Up here near Manhattan, a park, and this is one of my favorite things to do. I usually just cook on my own food, but Chinese food in New York, this is about $8-9. Get the soup, General Chow's chicken, and usually I go to Central Park and I'll eat this, but fortune cookies, all kinds of stuff with it. But yeah, this is like my little to-do when in New York City. So this is the 9/11 Memorial, and this is actually the first time I've been here since 1994, when I actually went to the Twin Towers and rode up in the elevator to the top. So I'm not sure what this white building with the fins here is, but it's directly across the street from the 9/11 Memorial, and looked like an interesting building. So I did go through the front doors there, and it actually goes down into the ground, underground, and there is like a huge shopping mall, and this area just goes and goes underneath all these buildings. I actually popped up about 4 blocks away, and it's just a huge like shopping area mall underneath there. This is where I actually ended up popping out, and I had to go a couple blocks back to where I was. So usually in any city I'm at, I love to just ride around late at night, ride the bike around until 2-3 a.m. sometimes, and just explore.
Oh yeah. New York City, it's raining. Everyone's running, but some people having fun still. Yeah! This is how it is here. Still kind of post-COVID. Still got all the spots. Mostly all bars. It's I don't know, everyone's smoking weed though, I'll tell you that much. You don't go down the street here, corner, anything like that. Yeah. Without smelling weed. Damn, in Chinatown grocery store, I mean, this stuff is real authentic. Milk fish balls. Okay, so this is what I usually do. I get the 2 slices, $2. And I got the soda this time too, so I got $3 into it. And then this is sausage. Really good sausage, peppers, onions, and stuff. My own little mix that I put on there. So I'll put that on one of the slices, fold it over, make kind of like a little calzone. And that's it. $3. I got. So these dollar slice places, I mean, they are an absolute staple for me in New York City. Travel over the country, there's no other place you're going to find where they're still selling slices of pizza for $1. But in New York, all over the place. Every 2-3 blocks in Manhattan, you're going to find one of those places. Everyone goes there. The pizza's good. It's not great, you know, but it's good. And you can't beat the $1. The places are open till 2-3 o'clock in the morning, so it's just an easy stop wherever you're at in the city just to get some cheap food. So here's the center of New York, why everyone comes here. This is Times Square. So this right here is just a normal crowd in New York City Times Square. This is literally a Monday night, no special event or anything. So this time I spent about 4 days in New York City total before I moved on. And I gotta say, I love New York City. You know, I've had some people say that do the van life that, you know, they don't like New York. It's too city. They don't want to go there. Most of them say they would never go there that haven't been. I gotta say, you know, you have to see all of New York City, which isn't just this. Yes, this is a gigantic crowd and this is Times Square, but Central Park is a huge portion of the city. And then you have the sections by the water and all kinds of different parks scattered all over the place. And it really is a peaceful place. It's kind of what you make it. Some people think that New York City is too expensive. The average person does spend $320 a day, not even including the hotel. But I think the way I do it is very cheap and a lot of fun.
Taking the bike out for the 4 days cost me $0 in transportation, and I got to see everything more than any Uber driver can take you, because you can go through the parks, you can go right down by the water, and it's a lot faster. You zip right through traffic, and you just see everything according to whenever you want. The most important thing is always really going to be your food and alcohol, and the tip on that is Trader Joe's. They got Trader Joe's everywhere. The food there is very cheap, and you can get alcohol for $1 a beer instead of like $10 at a restaurant. There's dollar slices. I mean, there's all kinds of cheap little places to go.